Welcome back, everyone. Another part of the top 10. We're getting close to the very top. This is 30 through 21. And my hope for the top 10 is actually do it live on YouTube. So I'm thinking probably Saturday morning, so a week from today, which happens to be, so it would be Saturday, May 14th. If you want to watch it live and comment and harass me while I'm doing it, post a comment with what time would be best for you Saturday morning. Anyway, in this 10, there's three new ones. Only one deck builder this time, but don't worry, there's five more coming later on. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number 30 was 19 last year. It's fallen a little bit. Haven't played it a lot. And that is, big box, Age of Empires 3. Age of Empires 3 is not at all like the video or computer game. The theme is there, colonialism, which can be problematic in some ways. Oh my gosh, forget how big this board is. But essentially, oh, look at this thing. Oh my gosh. Essentially, it's a worker placement game where on this side, you're just placing your little workers, and then some of them come over to the New World, some of them just give you trade goods and things like that. It's a little bit area control, it's mostly economy, and it's a really good game. One of the things I really like in this game, you probably can't see on these pieces, is that the workers, you have different workers. So for example, here we have just a little regular dude carrying his load of wood there. Hard to see. And here we have a monk. So that's kind of fun. Different workers do different things. And you get these various different buildings that make you quickly a fairly different civilization than other people. There is an expansion for it that is very expensive, but I would like to get at some point. That includes separate faction abilities. Anyway, that was number 30, Age of Empires 3. Number 29 was 35 last year. Very similar, and this is the deck builder here. So this, on this 10, this is the Quest for El Dorado, which is by Reiner Knizia, who is the most prolific board game designer in the world. Gosh, this one's going to be hard to show you. I'll just show you the back of the box. So this is a race. It is a race through the jungle to get to El Dorado first. One of the fun things about this game is you can make your own little tracks, because all these big boards are double-sided, so you can flip it over to a different side. And then you have to kind of wind your way through different kinds of terrain by building your deck in different ways. Also, your hand size is 4, which is rare for a deck builder. And there's not that many cards you can add to your deck, and only 6 of them are available at any given time. Pretty good introductory deck builder. Certainly not as simple as something like T-Dragon Society. But this is something I would consider a welcoming game. Highly recommend it if you want to try a deck builder and see if you like it, because everyone likes the race too. So that is Quest for El Dorado. Moving on, number 28 was 16 last year. It's fallen by a bit, and this is Agricola. Agricola, which is Latin for farmer. That's why it's a weird name. It is by my favorite game designer, Uwe Rosenberg. It's not the highest game on this list by him. And in this game, you're building your farm. You have all these chunky little wooden bits, and I should show you the back of the box because there's so much in this box that it's hard to even know where to begin. And the back of the box doesn't help you at all, so that's fine. Anyway, this game is on Board Game Arena. I've played it there a few times. It's a very punishing game, and that's why it's fallen a little bit for me. There's a game much higher on the list by Uwe Rosenberg that I would rather play than this, but it's still a great game. Really love Agricola, and that's why it's still on the list. And good to play on Board Game Arena as well, because some of the upkeep is a little bit tricky. Number 27 is new to the list. This is Everdell. My friend Bob got this game, and we played it, and we love it. So we bought it. And in fact, I think it's just out of frame. I'm gonna look at how professional I am in these YouTube videos. You have this great little tree right here. This is called the Ever Tree. And you put some of your guys on here when you're, just about to, before you get them and stuff like that. And of course, as I say that, it's falling apart. The professionalism just seeps through these videos. This is a game with, oh, that was great too. I just leaned right into the camera. With these cute little woodland creatures, and you're building your own little city, basically. And it's got these great little meeples. Um, so a lot of the game is just tableau building, but it has that element of worker placement. So here's a nice little meeple. I don't know if I played with these guys yet. These are like, I don't know, what are those? Meerkats? Weasels? Probably weasels. Fun. Art's really nice. Yeah, beautiful game, fun, not intuitive, not a welcoming game. It's weird that like most games that have cute little woodland creatures like building a home for themselves are not simple, like this in Root. But yeah, great game. That is Everdell. Number 26 was 26 last year. This game, I think, used to be the top game on Board Game Arena, or on Board Game Geek, and that is Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, oh, this is fun. The back of the game, the buildings are all in German, despite this being a an English version of the game. Um, so in this game, you're building your little farm, plantation, whatever it is, on Puerto Rico, and you're getting these buildings in your city, and you're trying to get points. This is the game that pioneered the mechanism where you, on your turn, you choose a role, and then everyone else gets to do that same role, but you get something better. So, for example, here's the craftsman. So you'll have a number of these roles out in front of you, available to everyone. You choose one, and so with the craftsman, you do production, and everybody does production, but you get the benefit on the bottom. You get one good more from the supply. I don't know if you guys can see that. Um, it's a great mechanism. I will say, very difficult to balance the game because if there's a new person playing, then whoever is sitting to the left of the new person is probably going to win if everyone else really knows what they're doing. But that's only if you know the game super well. So that's a complaint some people have about the game. If you just don't play the game often enough to know it that well, then it's a great game. Or if you play it only with people who all know the game really well. It's another one that is on Board Game Arena, and the implementation there is good. I don't know how easy it would be to learn on Board Game Arena. It's a fairly complicated game, but yeah, really good one. And the whole everyone role selection, I guess, is the mechanism. Great implementation of it, and I think the first one too. Number 25 is next. It was 22 last year. This is Neom, or Neom, depending on how fancy you want to be. Create the city of tomorrow. This reminds me, Pittsburgh's airport has this little display that says yesterday's airport of tomorrow, which is fantastic. Love it. Because it's like, we thought we were going to be a great place. Really funny. In this game, you are drafting these tiles and putting them on your board. This is Seven Wonders. It's pretty much just Seven Wonders with the added thing of tile laying. This is like a combination of Seven Wonders and Carcassonne, and you pretty much know most of the game by me saying that. Although I guess you're building your own board as opposed to Carcassonne. In fact, the designer, I think, was not even trying to hide that. He said, like, I wanted to add something to Seven Wonders and balance it a bit. And so he created this game. Works really well. You may or may not have noticed that Seven Wonders hasn't been on my list yet, and it will. It's higher. Spoiler. But this is a great game. Another one of those games where, since it's drafting, you're all playing at the same time. It plays 5 at most, I do believe, but plays basically just as well with 3 as it does with 5. And then there's some fun, interesting, different interactions and strategies you can do based on the buildings that you get. So that is Neom. Neom. What's next? Oh man, I should have been up. Oh gosh. Okay, so number 24 was 27 last year. So it rose by a bit. It's going to raise more next time I do this list, I think. And that is Terra Mystica, which I do not own. Terra Mystica is a game where you play as a fantasy race, and they're very asymmetric. So all the fantasy races are different. And you take these actions and you spread across the board and you build up your economy. You get different points for doing various different things, and it's amazing. One of the things I really love, so in the base game, there are 1, 2, 3, what would it be? One, two, can't even remember now. So I think there's 14 different factions because there's 7 different kinds of terrain. They came out with a couple expansions. One of the expansions added 6 more factions, which is a lot. They are now coming out with 16 more factions that are fan designed. So the fans designed these. And in fact, one of the factions is designed by Jamie Stegmaier, designer of Scythe and other games. One of them is designed by the guy's name I can't remember, who designed Gloomhaven, Isaac Childress. Yeah. So that's kind of fun. Like other game designers just like love this game. And those fan factions make me want to like get this game because including the expansion, there are now what 14 plus 18, that's 32 plus 6, so 38 factions that are all wildly different. Amazing. I love asymmetry in games. This game has these nice chunky wooden pieces. I've never actually played the physical copy, only played on Board Game Arena, but it's great on Board Game Arena. Um, Gaia Project is not on this list. Gaia Project is the sci-fi second version of Terra Mystica, and I would rather play Terra Mystica. Gaia Project is a good game, but Terra Mystica is actually a little bit simpler, and I think that's better, more elegant. Moving on, number 23. Wait, I swear I talked about this game already. Oh my gosh, there's a discrepancy on the list. How on earth did this happen? This is wild. Okay, so number 23, just ignore it. Scratch this one out. Um, gosh. I don't know what I can put in here because I can't edit this on the fly. Okay, so the entire list is invalid, and I just discovered it right now, not even when I was looking at this morning. Because somehow I put Castles of Burgundy in here, which I also put. Oh, wait a minute. I know what happened. No, I thought I forgot about Castles Mac and Ludwig, but it's in here too. Okay, so Castles Burgundy is on the list twice, and I don't know why it's so far apart from each other, but I guess I would have found it if it wasn't. It was on here at 37, and now it's on here at 23. Did I mean to put... Oh, you know what I probably meant to put? I know what I did. No, Trajan is on here too. I don't know what I did. All right, well, this is me finding out devastatingly in real time that my entire list is invalid and I need to do this whole thing over again. So just ignore Castles of Burgundy. Don't ignore it. It's a good game. Number 22. So 22 through 1. This is valid. The rest of the list completely invalid. 22 was not on the list last year. This is the highest ranked game that I don't own, though Terra Mystica is definitely going up in my estimation. Will probably be higher than this next time I do the list. But I'll probably own it, so maybe it's still will be. And this is Just One. Just One is a party game where essentially it's a co-op game where everyone is trying to get the person to guess the word. So maybe the word is chocolate. And you can write one word down, just one, and they have to guess it based on the words everybody shows them. But if 2 people write the same word, so you could write Cocoa or Hershey's. If 2 people write Hershey's, they don't get to show it to the person who's guessing. And so sometimes everyone's just like, oh yeah, here's an obvious word, but then they're like, wait a minute, but everyone else is going to write that word. So what do I do? And then they write something weird like I would do. And then the person guessing is like, I have no idea what this is. And it throws them completely off. Fun game, not one to be taken too seriously. Very light game. I mean, it requires some, I guess, trivia knowledge. So I wouldn't play it with young children. But at the same time, probably like 9 and up can probably handle this. Although, yeah, because I mean, they would know the words, and then you just have to key your guesses to them. So, if the word is chocolate and it's a 9-year-old, they might not know Ghirardelli or Swiss. Switzerland is known for chocolate. Anyway, that was 21, just one, and that was 22, just one. Oh gosh, this is a mess. I'm gonna lose all my funding for these. Number 21, which is 0. Number 21 is new to the list, and this is Cartographers. Cartographers. This is the collector's edition. The main box is like half. You can get a smaller box of this. Cartographers is what's known as a flip and write, which is kind of similar to a roll and write, in that you all these cards will be out. Now, this is also I think the only game that I have a nice play mat for because I bought the fancy edition at PAX you have all these cards that come out, and then you are drawing a a map based on these different cards, and you score in different ways. And the map, so here you go. Here's Samuel's game, which his town he called Dorkheim Town. Good job, Samuel. And so you draw all these colored shapes out on the map, and then you score points in different ways. That in and of itself is very fun. But one of the better things here, and you could play this game, I think it says like 1 to 100 on the box or something like that. Any number of people, because you all play at the same time, as long as everybody has one of these little sheets. So occasionally the card that gets flipped up is a monster, and then what you have to do is you pass your sheet to the player next to you. They draw one of these bad, evil purple shapes on your map, and then they pass it back to you. And then you're going to be losing points based on the purple shapes and where they are and things like that. They might have special abilities. Like the zombie horde, like spreads if you don't contain them. Fantastic. Really fun spatial reasoning puzzle, and it's very colorful. Great game. So that was 30 through 21 with a bit of an oopsie in there with Castles of Burgundy. I don't know how that happened. I feel like somehow, you know how that happened because I specifically added it in because I was like, oh, it wasn't on the list last time, and then it was, and I just somehow missed it. Oh well. Still 10 great games, including Castles of Burgundy. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know again when next Saturday, Saturday the 14th, you would like to see me do this on Facebook Live. Not Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one.